Art for Change podcast, where creativity and empowerment unite. Streaming live every Monday, Thursday, and Sunday at 9 p.m. Eastern. We got Motion Monday, Therapeutic Thursday, and Soul Food Sunday. If you like what you see, book your seat. We turn up the heat with your Art for Change.
We are live. What's going on, art enthusiasts and change makers? Hey, this is another episode of Art for Change podcast. Today is Motion Monday, and I am your host, Mr. Sapiosexual, and my co-host in the building.
You already know it's your boy VU, because that's all you gotta do is VU.
Yes, sir.
You know.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Every day, all day, 24/7. Hey, man, had a Marshall down there in the cut. What's up, man?
I'm in the squared circle.
He's in the square circle, man. He's in the business. You know what I mean? Hey, we got some unusual topics today. We're going to talk about eating disorders. We're going to talk about the flat Earth theory. We're going to talk about the Charlotte stabbing. We already covered it, but we're going to talk about some of the conspiracies behind it. Then we're going to jump into our historical facts for the day. But before we do that, as in typical fashion, how was your brother's day today?
It sucked, actually. Well, I won't say it sucked because what I'm doing is get me prepared for something else. I'm taking classes this week in place of work. So I was like, if you know me, you know I'm a field guy and not a computer guy. You can attest to that, Mr. How the difference between being in front of a computer all day versus being in the field, time passes. So it was a long day today because I'm taking online classes, and I don't like it. that's I just don't like it. Ready for the shit to be over. I gotta take it all week, 8 hours a day. I don't like it. I gotta do it because if I want more money, the more you know, the more you grow. So I gotta do that, but I don't like it. That's it.
But that's cool. See, even when we in our adulthood, we still doing things that we don't like, but still doing that shit. So, you never get out of that. I try to tell my kids that they think that just as soon as you become grown, I don't have to do things that I don't want to do no more. And it's like, no, it don't quite work like that sometimes. Adulthood, you might want to stay a child as long as you can. Man, how was your day, brother?
I got the studio up and running a little bit in the new room. I still got to mess up with the wires. I got some wiring issues with some of the attachments. A couple things ain't working properly. Too many wires to sit here and try to figure out. I feel like an electrician.
I respect it. You will get it though. You will.
Yes.
A few YouTube videos, you know what I mean, and you'll have that shit figured out. I had another interesting day today, man. I went to the new project, went there to the orientation room, and it was like, oh yeah, you transferred here, but they didn't send your dispatch letter, so you don't actually start today. You don't start till Wednesday. So I wish they would have told me because I would have planned it appropriately. But so now I start on Wednesday, which is interesting because I did something that I didn't think that I would win. I went on this website called Morph Market, and it's where you can buy reptiles, specifically ball pythons. And all different type of different morphs, which is all different types of genetics of ball pythons. So I went on there and they have this auction where you can bid on the snakes. And so I seen a snake that I know people spend a lot of money if that snake has that genetic inside of it. and then on the auction it started at $25. So I was like, I put $30 on it, thinking that I would never even win it. Woke up the next morning and they was like, "Hey, you won. Go collect your snake and shit." I'm like, "Oh shit!" Oh, just bullshit.
You trying to start a zoo, nigga? What's going on?
Oh, I guess you forgot what I said. I told you that he was an investment, bro. So,
yeah. So you bought a female.
Of course I did. Of course I did. And the genetics that he has and the genetics that the female that I purchased had, when I put those genetics mixed together, based off the morph calculator of what type of breeds that or genetics would come out in the babies and the offsprings. And when I put those offsprings into the search bar, I can't find them. So what that means is I'll be making one of ones. I will be making the first ever of this, the first ever of that, as soon as they are ready to mate and do all that good stuff. Because right now I'm buying them both as hatchlets. So it's going to take a few years, but that gives me time to learn the animals and get everything that I need to become a breeder.
So when they get, are you gonna have them in the same environment? Okay, that's what I was gonna ask.
No, I'm gonna have to go buy another terrarium. Ain't no way around it. You know what I mean? It's things that I could put her in a tote, temporarily till I get the terrarium. You know what I mean? But I typically, you want to have their own separate environment.
Will they kill each other or?
No, it's just that they will, fight over warmth. You know what I mean? And it'll probably stress them out more because they're more isolated animals.
Yeah, they like to be like leave me alone type. Yeah.
Yeah. So now if you turn your a bedroom into a reptile room, you know what I'm saying? I would imagine that the space there is adequate for more than one animal. But a small tank, you know what I mean, is only adequate for one animal, especially a species that's going to get up to 6 foot. You don't want to have 2 6-foot, snakes in a 40-gallon, 60-gallon tank. That's that's going to be very claustrophobic for those snakes.
Yeah, that makes sense. So it will be safe once you got to mate them. You put them in the same area.
Yes. Now to mate them, you put them in the same terrarium just for them to mate. You know what I mean? But then as soon as you see them do their thing, then you separate them.
How do you know when they do their thing?
Because you'll see them coiled up. You'll see them wrapped between each other. You know what I mean? And you see them do that a couple of times. You may leave them in there for a week or whatever, and let them see them wrap up a couple of times, and then you just you wait it out and see what you have. They have these little spurs, if you will, near the what is it called, cloacia or whatever. That's like their entrance or down there towards the end of their tail, and the male, he rubs his against hers or whatever to do whatever. Mm-hmm.
Hold on, they rub tails?
Sort of.
Okay.
Yeah, sort of. That's a nice way of saying it. They rub tails.
I got it.
Yeah. So yeah, bro, that's a real
How many eggs would a female hatch?
Anywhere between 6 to 12 per clutch. 12 is on the high end. 6 is typical or average. Some of them lay 8, 9. But you gotta be careful because sometimes one egg will be bigger than the other eggs. One egg won't fertilize well, so that's why if you're going to breed in captivity, it's kind of good to have like an incubator where you can kind of control the environment at all times to protect the eggs and make sure that they actually nourish and thrive until they hatch.
Very nice.
Yeah.
So when they're that small, after this we can move on. But when they're that small, what do you feed it? Because it can't eat a mouse.
I mean, it eats a peaky mouse, like a baby. You ever seen like a very very tiny baby mouse? Like you eat one of those?
But not like insects and stuff. Nothing like that.
No, he's a some rodent, just a very tiny rodent, like a baby rodent, like an infant rodent.
like this?
Yeah. They got pinky mouses for little hatchlings. Yeah, but the snake that I bought is bigger than Sir by a few grams. Sir is like 130 something grams. The snake that I purchased is like 140 grams. Females are naturally known to be a little bigger. So she's gonna be a little bigger than him, and he's already on the hopper mouses, which that's what he was already getting. I want to switch him over to a rat fuzzy or something like that. I think that's like equivalent to a hopper mouse, if I'm not mistaken. But it's a little bit bigger, so it's a little bit more nutritious for him. But that's what he's on now. So more than likely, when she get here, I got to try to find. They said she's on frozen rats, so I got to try to find her a frozen rat fuzzy for her.
Okay, hey, when you start live feeding, can we record it?
Bro, I think he'll let me record them because the last two times.
I want to see the rat running from the nigga though. I want to see like.
When I start live feeding, man, I don't know if I ever will. To be honest, I don't know if I ever will. Only because it protects the animal more whenever you don't. If I do anything, I would do like euthanized feeding, where I previously killed a live animal right before feeding it to my animal. That'd be the closest thing.
I'm gonna talk you out of it. We just one time.
No,
we don't need the snake overexerting itself.
Huh?
We don't need the snake overexerting itself.
Right, and what I want to do is I want to make it easier for more people to become owners of these animals. Of course, that's the whole point of breeding them, right? So if I get them comfortable, if I get the animal comfortable with taking frozen food or frozen thawed food, then whenever they go to their owner, they don't have to. An owner who already is a little skeptical on the edge or new about owning a reptile don't have to deal with feeding it live prey as well. So that's the other thing. You know what I'm saying? Thinking the long game. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I could say like, hey, you can buy from me because all my snakes eat healthy and natural and feed every time on frozen thawed meals. And it supposedly keeps the snake a little tamer too.
That makes sense. It's not chasing its prey.
Yeah. Not getting the actual hunt. Yeah, man. Yeah. I be learning, bro. I be a lot of little shit I be learning, man. My motherfucker, he's in shed right now, so I want to see his a full skin come off of him in one piece. So that'd be like my clear indication that I'm doing everything right. I mean, his humidity is sitting in the 70s right now. I got it bumped up so that he can shed properly. So you know what I'm saying, we should see how that goes.
Makes sense.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I did my little research on all that shit, man. So I'm and I'm a handyman too. So it's like I put that knowledge plus what I know to, make the most accurate decision. You know what I mean? Even though I'm just learning. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I just learning, but because I did my research for 2 years, you know what I'm saying? I'm not coming in at like entry level beginner, like don't need to know how to keep nothing, maintain the habitat and all that shit. Like I studied that shit before I even got the animal. To even tell myself if I was going to be able to maintain this animal, you know what I mean? So
Especially with you moving because your job bounce around
exactly,
too.
exactly. I even went and purchased a bigger vehicle, knowing that I got this animal now. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I got kids too, so that was the main reason why I got that bigger vehicle. But
Yeah.
also, you know what I'm saying, to be able to move my animals around with me. You know, everywhere I stay, I'm usually for a year or so. So it's not like I'm moving my animal around every 2 weeks. For those
Yes.
people who listen and think that, I'm just uprooting my animal every 3 weeks or something. That's not how it goes. But, I got to have something adequate to move the terraniums around in too. So,
Yeah.
yeah. And because they such a chill animal and they not always active. That's not really known for. You know what I'm saying? It's why you gotta have more than one. It's why you gotta have more than one, bro. So the one I got now, at first glance, you probably think she's a normal, but she is not. Um, But I'm probably gonna buy like 3 or 4 more females, so I'm gonna have a lot of shit to show like in like 4 or 5 weeks. Every week I'm gonna be showing y'all a new beautiful ass snake. Because in like 3 years, you know what I mean, I'm gonna be, in good competition with some of these organizations that have been around for a long time. Like just
That
because
that
just because of the snakes that I'm buying. Like I'm being very smart about the females I buy. And I'm very smart about the mail that I purchase. So,
at what age can you sell them? Like,
um, once they hatch, the snakes are ready in like a month.
mm,
You know what I'm saying?
What
After
is
they first,
veterinary like?
um, it's as needed, really. You know what I mean? If you don't have a good habitat for your animal's probably going to suffer respiratory infections. Therefore, you're going to be spending time at the veterinary a lot. If you study the habitat and make sure that you have everything for your animal to thrive, you probably will spend less visits at a veterinarian
Yes.
because they're not very high maintenance animals. As long as their habitat is right, they're very low maintenance animals. You know what I
So they
mean?
don't need many vaccines or anything like that?
No. No. Do they get vaccines in the wild?
Not really.
That's the difference between this animal and a puppy.
Yes.
And not only that, uh, the females can produce more than um, 1 or 2 clutches, which is equivalent to a puppy's litter. They can produce more than 1 or 2. They can produce clutches the lifespan of their life once they're at the capacity to produce. So a lifespan of a snake is usually 16 years in captivity. So that whole 16 years, she can produce in eggs. Yeah.
That's an old snake, bland birth.
Yeah. Yeah. So you don't gotta keep having multiple dogs to have, you know, litters or whatever. Mhm. And if you buy fire shit off the rip, every clutch you gonna have some fire shit. You know what I'm saying? Now, of course, you know, once you saturate your market with the shit that you done produce, you may want to take one of the babies and produce it with something else. Now that the baby is fire too, you know. Like the first clutch of the babies that I have between my first, I may even hold back all of them. I may not even sell none of them just so that the babies can produce some fire shit. Because the baby's already gonna be fire, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? The babies may be one of one. So of course their babies are gonna probably be one of one too. So then I sell them and it's some hot shit because I got the track record to show you where these snakes come from, what they are. They're proving this, they're proving that. And you know what I'm saying? This is why the price is this. Mm. You're not gonna find this particular animal unless you come over here to me. Mm. That's how we do that. But Marshall, you wanted to bring up some of these topics, so let's read those details for us, brother.
All right. You want me to bring up the first question? You want me to read the detailed information? What do you want me to do?
Yeah, the detailed information from my book.
All right. Eating disorders and admission challenges. Eating disorders encompass a range of conditions characterized by abnormal or disturbing eating habits. Common types include anorexia nervosa, bulimia nervosa, binge eating disorder. These conditions can stem from various factors, including psychological, environmental, and biological influences. Many individuals struggle to admit they have a problem due to the stigma, fear of judgment, or the lack of awareness about the seriousness of the condition.
Yes. So that's what eating disorder is, and that's what some of the challenges are referring to eating disorder. And so that's what we're going to discuss this day. So first question, what do you think is the most common misconception about eating disorders? Man, you said you eat like you have a child's palate. So talk about it, brother.
I think also a common misconception is that men can't be anorexic or bulimic. I think that when it comes to men, they automatically assume that we're overeating and not realize that some men are undereating, whether it's a fear of getting fat, fear of body shaming, fear of always having to be the man of the house and knowing that you're going to be the last one to eat, not eating at work.
So it's a phobia. That's what you're saying.
Of some sort.
I think he's saying that it can be.
Yeah.
I think he said that it can be. He said, I think he said that, you know, that it could be, it could affect more men than we realize, and that it's not just something that targets women. Because when you think about eating disorders, just right off the rip, when you think about bulimia or anorexia, or anorexia, you automatically think, you know what I'm saying, woman. Your mind doesn't automatically register man. So I think that is a good point to mention.
Is that because women are doing that to be models as well? The anorexia part?
Right.
Yeah.
But
I love my dad, but hey, I'm gonna eat at 12 o'clock tonight, maybe 4 a.m. in the morning. Hey, Dad, hey, y'all can't see it, but you hear the tummy smacking. But and I'm a skinny nigga with a dad bod, so hey, I'm gonna eat when I'm hungry.
Right.
It don't matter what time it is. I'm gonna eat whenever I'm hungry.
Right. So to that regard, like, you know, what is the misconception of people who, you know, eat whenever they want to eat, you know, and don't really control what they eat?
I think I'm not a breakfast person, so I can eat chicken in the morning. You get what I'm saying? Like, you know, oh, it's not lunchtime or dinner time. And I'm like, what time the stomach open? Like, I can't eat chicken for breakfast. Like, I can't eat chicken for breakfast. What we talking about?
Okay.
Like, that's, I don't know.
He said, "What time did the stomach open?" All right, that's a new one there, buddy. Okay. Okay.
I'm just
All right.
saying.
I respect it. How do you guys think societal pressures influence eating habits?
We have body shaming to sit there and look bad, or in models on TV while giving you full value meals that give you supersized fries with supersized burgers.
Mm.
So meal proportions in the US is huge, while giving out the persona of this is what it's supposed to look like. So
Right.
what our food proportions and what is given to us contradicts what's going on with what the message being put out is.
Mm. Now, would you say that America has an obesity problem?
I think we have a proportion issue.
You think we have a proportion issue? You think so? So it is true that America proportions of food is larger than other countries when it comes to meal sizes.
Yes.
Something as an entree in another country would be a smaller proportion to what you get as an entree in America.
Yes.
For the people who need it to be broken down in several ways. Poet is wizard and stepped in the building. What's up, Poet?
Hey,
Yo,
what's up,
what
Poet?
up, fellas? How y'all living?
What's up, Poet?
What's like that? All right, so to answer your question, the societal pressure, I know people who are like larger weight, they wouldn't eat in front of other people, like just cause like that. And there's people who are bigger than me who actually eat more healthier than me or us in general, or like that's their body structure. That's just how they are. No matter how they eat, like they eat really healthy, and there's just plus sides and BBW. And everybody know I love my BBW. So hey, I like the meat, you know. I like the flesh, you know. God put the flesh on earth for us, you know. So, oh, fuck you. Pause. I like to be paused, like. But I know people who wouldn't eat at lunch because they're plus sides, you know, stuff like that. Like, you know, I know people who would sneak and eat, like stuff like that, you know, and you know, just because what other people would say to them, which is not fair. That's bullying, actually. We don't bully. We don't bully over here. He
What's
said
the
yes, we
question?
bully.
Mr.
You muted, game.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, no? Yes, no?
Yes, we
Now,
can hear you.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. The question was, how does societal pressures influence eating habits?
Oh shit.
Yeah, you jumped in at the right time.
I mean, yeah, just jumping in and shit. I mean, just it's a few different ways that's coming up in mind. Even just Like, that's actually an interesting ass question in this moment because
Bad. Oh, I've been 3 times already. The first time was so bad, I literally had to take a shower.
like if I'm really thinking, like I'm thinking about like today, like right now, you feel me? I'm thinking about like today, like outside of like kids, like in middle school and shit, you feel me? Like, and I mean the off like random little video you might see come down the timeline or some shit, you feel me? Like I don't know, it ain't really been though, like, cause it's like I don't know, it's like ain't nobody besides just select. It's like it's kind of like a dub for like that bullying shit. It's a dub for like talking, you know what I'm saying? Like talking about like other people, but not like looking in the mirror and not like checking yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like it's kind of a dub on the like, and even like thinking about like the most immediate shit that a nigga could say about like the past, as far as like, oh, look at like the models and look at who motherfuckers is promoting and who's getting certain jobs, and but you can't say that shit no more. You go to a motherfucking runway show, you seeing all types of beautiful women. You feel me? Like all shapes and sizes, you know what I'm saying? Like legitimately, like yeah, so I don't know. I'm pretty sure different, you know what I'm saying, some other people might have some other experiences, you know what I'm saying, or a different type of specific question might yield a different answer. But yeah, just jumping in this moment, yeah, that's an interesting question. But I think, but now to an extent of like, I don't know, like seeing a bunch of Super Saiyan 4 Broly looking niggas up and down your timeline, you know what I'm saying, like all day, that might pressure, you feel me, some people to be like, you know what I'm saying, like to feel some type of way because like, oh damn, you feel me? Like I ain't, you know what I'm saying, making time to, you know what I'm saying, on my physical, blah, blah, blah. But like just like everything else in the world, like everything ain't for everybody, you know what I'm saying? Just like eating meat ain't for everybody, but just like being vegan ain't for everybody, you know what I'm saying? Like being, you know what I'm saying, 3% body fat isn't for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just a fact. So yeah, this is what I gotta say on that real quick.
Thank you for your perspective on that. Um, how do we guys think that mental health plays in developing eating disorders? You hear people hear they stress eat. You hear people say they eat for like comfort. So, how do you guys think mental health plays on developing eating disorders?
From little kid sports at the to the lowest levels to the oldest to the main sports to the main things, they have weigh-ins for everything. You got to be a certain weight. So boxers, fighters are trying to fight and maintain certain weights. They don't want to jump different weight classes. You might have this guy that's 5'9", but he's what, 135, 145? That can't be healthy.
Right, right, right. You think anything connected to the mental has anything to do with eating disorders?
I think it could be the way you were raised. I think it could be the way you look in the mirror, just the way you look in the mirror and see yourself.
Right,
See yourself as a younger version of yourself, and now you're older and you're starting to put on some pounds, and you might not look like what you're starting to see.
right, right. Respect that. I respect that. Anybody else want to piggyback and touch on that?
Ask the question again.
What role does mental health play in developing eating disorders?
Like people who eat when they're bored and like stuff like that. It could be boredom. I ain't got nothing to do. I'm gonna eat. Um, stress. Stress is another big one actually. I don't know if Marshall said that at all, but stress and boredom are two big ones actually. To be honest, I'll leave some room for y'all to, because.
You want to touch on that, poet?
Yeah, I don't know if I got too much. I know of other people who have had the experience of like, yeah, like in navigating their mental health issues or their emotional health, you feel me, like eating um as a coping mechanism. And so, I mean, yeah, just directly, you know what I'm saying, linked to the mental and what somebody may be going through in a particular moment. And I, I'm, yeah, in this moment, as I think about it, I'm just like, yeah, like, I'm certainly not no doctor or psychiatrist or nothing, you feel me? But I think that it, I mean, two things. Well, what I was about to say is I think it may be, I don't, well, you know what I'm saying? Because like I haven't necessarily had that direct experience into that in that extreme of a way. So I'm saying like I don't even know if it might in the moment if a person might even be thinking to those depths, but I'm just saying they might be seeing that as a healthy coping mechanism. You feel me? Versus breaking something or cutting yourself or you know what I'm saying, like causing like some like other type of like physical harm or like or damage in some type of way. You feel me? Like, nah, I'm about to eat this whole pack of donuts and then I'm about to eat this ice cream and I'm about to watch this goddamn movie and then eat some more shit after that. If I, I'm just, you know what I'm saying, just talking like I said, but yeah, yeah, for sure.
Also with hormones, like when I can tell when my lady is going on her period or something like that, and then hormones and stuff like that. So yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. When they depressed, when people sad, they eat. Um, so and then people, you got children that hide food in their bedroom, in their pillowcases, things of that nature. You know, so it's
My kids, I want to interrupt you, but my motherfucking kids, when we do deep cleaning, you find all that shit.
you know what I mean. So I think all that is like habit forming for eating disorders. So I think all these are signs, things that we need to watch out within, what I'm saying, ourselves, our loved ones, our children, and what so have you. I think everybody should practice some type of, healthy eating habits, whatever that looks like for you. Because I know that may look different for different people. I do respect that. That there's no one size fit all for dieting, and for healthy eating.
I
Um,
know that smoking cigarettes suppresses your food and your food want your food what you feel you want for food.
yeah, right. You got people who don't eat no vegetables. We got people who and they don't feel that that's an eating disorder, but their body is malnutritious because they're not eating things that's nutritious for their body, but they do eat. You know, so those are all. It's different type of eating disorders. It's not just something that makes you like someone that makes you gain weight. We spoke on some people who don't eat, so therefore, what I'm saying, their body is not gaining the proper weight, and now their body is shutting down, organs are shutting down because they're not getting the proper nutrition to maintain. Jumping on to another topic. Are you guys flat or round earthers?
I'm a round earther.
That shit circle, bro.
What you got for me, poet?
It's both.
It's both. Talk to me.
It's in the third dimension. It's a sphere. It ain't no flat objects in the third dimension, but in the two dimension, it's a circle because it ain't no third dimensional objects in the two dimension. It's as simple as that. All dimensions, all dimensions exist simultaneously. You feel me? We just at a heightened level, you feel me, than the beings in the lower dimension, just like the beings in the fourth dimension and the fifth dimension at our heightened level than we are, aka your angels and your ancients and your, you feel me, all the way up to the most high, you feel me, God at the top. So it's just as simple as that. You feel me? It's different levels and layers of perspective, you feel me, in actuality. So that's what I get.
I like that. I like
That
that.
was actually I wish I'd have said that answer. That
I
was a
like
good
that.
answer.
That's a Williams answer.
Well,
I
yeah,
like
we
that.
both Williams, and so all right, we won. All right, we got it.
Right. Um, it's like it says, what is the main argument for flat earthers? And how can they and why do you think they refute scientific evidence?
Because they say you look straight, and then they don't see the.
Curvature.
But when you fly a plane, you always curve it. Even on a map on a plane, when you're in the back of the plane, or in the back of the chair, you see it. You're never really flying straight, like curving, curvature. But that's their argument, though.
I feel like I've seen the curvature of the earth on the plane, but call me crazy.
That's why I want to be in it. I want to be what is the pit, the cockpit. I want to ride in the
Bro,
cockpit.
I've said, bro, I was one day just watched the ride the whole way, bro, and I feel like I've seen like the curvature, like where you can see the curvature, because like when you up high, like you can see a lot of
Everything.
shit.
Especially
So
with clear skies. Yeah.
with a clear sky, bro, man. So I don't know, man. I don't know, but it's a lot of people that refuse. You know what I'm saying? Scientific evidence.
Because they
Um,
talk about the ice wall, or we got the ice wall that cuts the world
yes,
off, so you can't fall off the earth and stuff like that.
yes,
I
yes.
don't know about all that. I kind of sailed around the world several times. I don't know if around the world is a good term to use, considering what Poet brought up earlier. But I definitely sailed like so throughout many parts of the world, and I'd like to think I would have came across the edge at some point.
Or an ice wall, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and that's good. That's a good perspective because Marshall, remember, I was in the air and you was in the water, so we both see two different perspectives, and I seen shit like this. I don't know what other than seeing.
You see. So you been in the air. You ain't see that. You ain't fly to the wall as a
Nah,
military
I
man.
never. I think you can't go in certain miles towards that anyway. Like that's unrestricted area.
So
Hey, this a
do you believe
gone.
there's an ice wall, poet?
Hell no. I was
I
just
don't
hell.
know.
Look, hell no. I was about to say. I mean, there are not in that way that they talking about. I mean, and anyway, I mean, even all of this shit in Antarctica, that shit melting. You feel me? As we speak, anyway. So I mean, the ice walls is coming down as far as that. But what the fuck is I about to say? What is the so my shit is what so what a person or what somebody is even attempting to call a flat earth, you feel me, what is the definition of flat? And hear me out, right? Because in my mind what I'm thinking is like how, you know what I'm saying, the earth is a sphere, so they're saying like to take that sphere and to flatten it, right? The earth ain't flat. You feel me? It's too much material, you feel me, to flatten, but so far, so that shit would end up looking like a cheeseburger. Is a cheeseburger considered flat? You feel me? If the earth is flat, we wouldn't be able to bury people 6 feet deep. We wouldn't be able to dig miles beneath the earth. You feel me? Because it'd be like poking through a piece of paper, and then it would be space, right? If the earth was flat. Like, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong.
Speaking of paper, the argument came when we started making paper maps, and then we got globes. That's where the argument started with flat Earth or round Earth. That's where the whole argument started. Like, we're looking at a map, and then, all right, y'all niggas gonna put this on the globe now? And, like, that's when it started. Like,
I think lack of space travel would also explain a lot, because not too many people have been to space, so not too many people could actually claim they've seen it or not. So there's not too many voices to sit there and say, you know what, the earth ain't flat. But let's also think about it like Poet just said. If the earth was flat, wouldn't the ocean start drowning over the side or something like that? Wouldn't the ocean start overflowing over the side of it? And since we're on that, when is the ocean ever level? It's got waves, it's everything. When is the sea ever level? You got different depths, you got different depths, you got different lengths, you got different oceans. It goes in high tide, it goes in low tide, it comes in for a storm. When is the ocean ever level? When is the sea ever level?
It's real. Now, what is y'all? Now it's the same people that say that the earth is flat says that the sun and the moon, that the sun has its own light, that the moon has its own light, and that the moon is not getting its light from the reflection of the sun.
Actually, do you know the sky ain't blue?
Talk to me.
The sky's only reflected as blue because of the reflection off the ground.
So what color is the sky?
It's technically a dark color and everything. The sky doesn't only reflects blue because of the way it reflects off the sun. That's something I read years and years ago. I don't know how. I might have to look that one up. But I read before that the way the sun reflects off the sky, off the ground and everything, makes the sky look blue.
Mm.
and that made sense because we're mostly water. And what color is water? That blue ocean. That makes sense, though.
So, the flat earthers, they believe that the horizon appears flat to the naked eye, and they question why we don't feel the Earth's rotation. And they also don't believe that space is real. They don't believe in satellites. But my argument to the flat earthers is why is the sun round? Why is the moon round? Why can't I look through a telescope and see other planets that you say don't exist are round, but the Earth is flat?
Let Poet go. Let Poet go.
I ain't got nothing to say for that shit. I already said what I said last time. I mean, I'm standing on my previous two shares. Shit.
They say that space is in the ocean. So when I ask flat earthers like where's satellites and explain the satellites that's in the sky, they say the satellites don't exist. Anybody want to elaborate or give their opinion on that?
There's so many satellites around the Earth, we look like Saturn.
Essentially.
But them satellites don't exist, Marshall.
No, I'm saying the satellites do exist, but I'm saying there's so many going around the Earth that it looks like the rings of Saturn.
Yeah, I feel what you're saying. I get what you're saying, but as a flat earther, like their argument is that it don't exist, though, Marshall.
And they say, "How do you know if you've never been?" That's the main argument. And I tell them, "How do you know if you've never been?"
Yeah.
What we talking about? Practice? Like, what
We talking about practice?
that a person like that you could argue everything with, though. They would be like, how do you know if you've never been? How do you know if you've never been? You can't argue with somebody like that.
Yes. Yeah. The conspiracy is there's a wall that we can't penetrate, and that's their theory. Is that
they've been watching too much Attack on Titan,
and it's water above us is what they believe.
There's water above us.
Yeah.
I mean,
it rains.
Yeah, they're technically not wrong. I mean, there's water in the clouds and shit. You feel me? Like, there's water in the fucking air. I mean, they're not technically wrong. You feel me? But like, that's what I'm saying. It's just it's
not an ocean.
That conversation weird. I'd rather have the conversation about what the fuck is a fish's perspective. You feel me?
What's a fish's perspective?
You feel me? Because like, what's the main thing about it? Like, you feel me? Like how we just out here in air and shit, you feel me? But it's not like we, you know what I'm saying? It's just we do what we do, but then like in the water, they swimming and shit, you feel me? They still got their rocks and they plants and they you feel me? They underwater shit goddamn, you feel me? But it's like there's certain creatures that can traverse both, you feel me? But like as far as like, you know what I'm saying, fish, hot damn, you feel me? Them motherfuckers come out the water, them bitches got a limited time and shit, you feel me, before it's kaput. And the same way vice versa and shit, you feel me? We go into that water, bitch, we got a limited time before we got to come up out that motherfucker, you feel me? Without equipment and shit. And it might be shit, even with equipment, it's still a limited time. But yeah, like what is that perspective, you feel me? Even just like even to like the is water wet question, you feel me? Like what is a fish's experience in swimming through water? Is it the same experience as us jumping into a pool? You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like what is that? And then also, because then to that depth could also give some potential answer to why the motherfuckers are saying that the fucking ocean is space. You feel me? Like, yeah, that's all I got.
Yeah.
Hey, yes, water is wet. We ain't gotta do a deep dive on this. Water is wet. Just let me be right this one time.
No, you ain't got no argument with me there, man. I think the earth is round, fellas. I had a telescope. I've seen other planets that people told me I ain't seen with my own eyes. So I don't know, man. I'm a nerd like that, so I don't know. You gotta tell somebody else. So in other news, we got people that are calling a lot of these things hoax and saying that they're just prepping for martial law, being that the National Guard has been deployed to different cities, West Memphis, Arkansas, DC. I think that they may supposed to be patrolling to Chicago. So according to certain people, also comedian Eddie Griffin, he believes that the Charlotte incident was a hoax to spark either a race war or martial law. So what are you guys' opinion on the matter? And then I will bring up some evidence that I have here to basically like counteract those measures.
You said the
poet's the best one to answer that.
Yeah, hold on. You said the Charlotte incident?
Yes, sir. Where the Ukrainian woman was stabbed on the Charlotte light rail system.
That was in Charlotte?
Yeah.
Yes,
in her neck?
Yeah, that was in Charlotte.
That was in Charlotte, North Carolina? Okay, I didn't know that.
North Carolina.
I did not know that.
Yes.
They said they said no one reacted when he stabbed her. They said the blood didn't come out until she hit the ground. They said that the video looked kind of sketchy. The woman was from Ukraine. They said they feel like she's paid and back in her country with millions, and that the man was a paid actor too to create either a race war or martial law.
Yeah, the whole situation is like just from the, it was just odd. I don't. Do y'all believe in what they call it, sleeper cells and shit like that?
What is
I
Yeah.
that?
don't know, huh?
What is it? What is that?
So like, and honestly, and fuck it, I'm gonna go on and go this deep to it because I just learned some of this shit anyway. But there's I don't know. They're say like no, maybe I shouldn't. No. We here
No,
anyway.
yeah, we here.
Yeah,
Let's
we
get
here.
it.
We here.
Oh.
So like, even if I don't know if niggas believe in clones and anyway, there potentially there's like people that are here that don't really have souls and shit. You feel me? And then so by whatever different methods that these people get here and shit, you feel me? Some of them are like sleeper cells. So like people that have like something encoded in them and shit, you feel me? To where when they hear a certain phrase or a certain tone or read a certain, you feel me, shit like in the, you feel me, in the new or whatever and shit, you feel me, like it just activates like they sleeper cell and then they fucking like activate and carry out a certain mission that was implanted in them and shit, you feel me. Most of the time it got something to do with killing some goddamn body. You feel me? And so
Yeah.
I don't know, you feel me, if that is potentially what this situation, you feel me, has something to do with. But it's yeah, I do think mm, this s- see, I'm about to fuck y'all up. Yeah, I'm about to fuck y'all up now. See, this is
Talk about it, man.
this the thing, mister. Who would be trying to start a race war to invoke martial law or some type of, you feel me? Because here's what I'm saying. Clearly, Trump don't. Trump clearly got his hands on everything. Like that nigga has control. He don't need to invoke martial law. So who would it be that's trying to start a race war right now?
Okay.
It ain't it damn show ain't the side that's winning right now. That's all the fuck I got to say.
Whoa. How about
Because they
that?
winning. It damn show ain't them, gang. That's a look. Look.
But he does have the National Guard policing different cities right now. I mean, he's already doing that. I mean, and those are orders from Donald Trump. So what is your combat to that?
So do you think that Donald Trump had anything? You feel we talking about setup shit or whatever? Do you think that Donald Trump had anything to do with the Charlotte shit or any of these other random shits that done happened?
I'm not saying that he did or didn't, but maybe
Metaphor, him, any, you feel me? Not direct. You get what I'm saying, though.
right. To be politically correct, ladies and gentlemen, because we don't want to offend any of our listeners or people who may be affected by the situation. It says, based on available information, there is no credible evidence supporting claims that the Charlotte stabbing was a hoax. It says evidence of the real tragedy in which the young lady, 23 years old, the Ukrainian woman, was killed in the Charlotte light rail system by DeCarlos Brown Jr. Faces state and federal murder charges. It says video evidence of the attack exists and the case has proceeded through the legal system with actual charges filed. So these are the ways that the media is combating any type of hoax because there's actual federal and state charges filed on a murder.
That don't mean his family ain't getting paid off.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Sacrifices.
I said definitely much respects first. You feel me? If it's all, you know what I'm saying? Because that shit is just crazy though. It's just like what
It's crazy.
invoke. You know what I'm saying? It's like what invoke like. Oh no. Yeah, that shit. Yeah, that shit. Yeah, I don't know. It's crazy because also like.
How do you think we
know.
can decipher between legitimate news and conspiracy theories in today's media landscape?
That's hard.
My immediate response to that is the biggest part is be outside for real. Don't, you feel me, use the internet sparingly and very intentionally and specifically and shit. You feel me? Be outside for real to know what the fuck is going on in your neighborhood, in your city, for real. You ain't got to rely on no motherfucker or no, you know what I'm saying? Like, you seen this shit, you done talk to your motherfucking resources, your motherfucker, you know what I'm saying, to know like what the actuals is. You dig? That's why for the most part, you feel me, I I engage in a little conversation, have my speculations, my little thoughts, but I don't really, you know what I'm saying, I manage my investment in a lot of shit nowadays energetically, you feel me?
Yeah, Paul. What you been up to today on this marvelous Monday?
Working. That's it. For real. Just working, but getting it done. You feel me? I got
see
this.
you.
I got this. I don't know. I told you I got invited. Well, I had submitted this poem that it got included in this calendar for mental health and shit. You feel me? And then I got an email last week where they invited me to recite the poem Thursday on a Zoom meeting with Miriam Kaba, who is this longtime legendary movement leader and poet. And so yeah, you feel me? So yeah, I just got the confirmation on that night too. So hell yeah. Gonna be getting prepared for that and shit.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. Yeah. It's amazing. Poet East Wizard in the building, y'all. Shit, yeah. We're gonna jump into some of these fun fact and historical events for September 23rd, ladies and gentlemen. In 1846. Oh, today the 22nd.
The 22nd. Yeah, 22nd.
Yeah, the 22nd. I don't know why this shit pulled up for the 23rd.
1499, the Battle of Darnach took place, ending the Swabian War in favor of the Swiss Confederation. Which I gotta look that up because I think I seen a movie about that. I gotta look that up. Actually, yeah, I'm gonna look that up because I love documentaries, so I gotta check that out.
I ain't gonna lie, smoking and watching them goddamn war documentaries on Netflix, bro. Your ass will be goddamn out the mix for like a week, bro. I'm telling you.
Hey, how about this? In 1889, Nintendo was founded in Japan as a playing card company. How about that shit? Nintendo started out as a playing card company in 1889. Crazy. Who knew?
Nintendo?
Nintendo.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's crazy. I didn't know that either. In 1952, Vice President nominee Richard Nixon delivered the famous checkered speech on television.
Hey, 1862. Hey, what's their name? Abraham. He freed the niggas. Hey, slavery. We was what is it called? Emancipation Proclamation. Hey, we was free.
He said we were free.
Something of the sort.
Yeah,
That boy there,
for the most part. Yeah, let me
Something of the sort.
little tiny note at the bottom, a little disclaimer for the most part.
In 1991, the first episode of The Simpsons aired, a half-hour primetime show. Oh,
Yeah.
excuse me. It aired as a halftime primetime show. How about that shit? I didn't know that. In 1991, a Simpson episode aired as the half-hour primetime show. How about that shit?
And then it was all history from there.
And then they just guess everything that's happening.
Right. In 1975, President George Ford survived an assassination attempt at the Lynette. What is that? Squeaky?
President who?
By Squeaky Fromme in Sacramento.
Fromme in Sacramento,
Fromme,
California.
yeah.
President who?
George Ford.
Gerald
Ford.
Oh, okay.
Ford. Yeah, President Gerald Ford. He had an assassination attempt in 1975. He survived it though. Sounds familiar?
I will survive.
1980, the United States boycotted the 1980 Summer Olympics in Moscow, protesting the Soviet invasion in Afghanistan. How about that? In 1980, we boycotted the 1980 Summer Olympics in Moscow to protest against the Soviet invasion in Afghanistan. And then years later, all right, I'm gonna leave it alone.
No.
Look.
And then we still like these niggas.
I'm gonna leave it alone. In 2004, the United States Supreme Court ruled that the government could not indefinitely detain prisoners at Guantanamo Bay without due process. In 2015, the Pope visited the United States for the first time in 9 years. In 2020, the United Nations released a report highlighting the urgent need of action to address climate change. Just 5 years ago, man. That's crazy. We just now wanted to address climate change 5 years ago today.
That's crazy because we've been hearing about, I swear to God, we've been hearing about fucking global warming and climate change since 5th grade, nigga. Am I tweaking? I'm not tweaking, right?
You're not tweaking, but the United Nations finally released a report of urgent need. So that was with like America might have been talking about it, but as far as collectively, like the whole United Nations.
That's funny.
So in 2021, the U.S. celebrated the first ever National Day for Truth and Reconciliation to honor Indigenous people. How about that shit?
How about that?
And reconciliation, truth and reconciliation to honor Indigenous people. So this is Truth and Reconciliation Day for honoring Indigenous people. And they just started doing it in 2021. How about that, folks?
Well, then they need to. I'll save it. Yeah, I'll save it.
In 1964, the first episode of The Addams Family, a television series based on the Charles Addams cartoon, premiered in 1964. So if y'all are Addams fans, that came out in 1964 on today's date. And your birthday twin, celebrity birthday twins for today is Billie Piper. Billie Piper is an English actor and singer known for her role in Doctor Who, A Secret Diary of a Call Girl, She rose to fame in the early 2000s as a pop singer, becoming the youngest female artist to achieve the #1 single in the UK. How about that? Her transition to acting was garnished critically acclaimed, particularly to her performance in Doctor Who, and she played the companion of the Ninth Doctor. So, Billy Piper, ladies and gentlemen, that's your birthday twin for today. All y'all September 22nd birthdays. Is it Libra yet? Is it switched over to Libra yet? When does Libra gang start?
Yeah, it might be, or like tonight or tomorrow. It might be.
I think it's towards the end of the September is when Libra start. Come on, I know my brother's birthday is coming up. His birthday is 27th. My daughter's birthday is 30th. I'll be going to North Carolina this weekend. And 265, baby. Oh, and I almost forgot something else too. Damn. Also, we got a website up for y'all, ladies and gentlemen. So if you go to artforchangepodcast.com, you can check out our merchandise. You can check out episodes. It'll go straight to our Spotify if you click listen now. And if you just want to come out and show support, man, now Art for Change has a website for y'all to check us out, man. Eventually, we're going to start pushing all of our content towards our website and get away from other social media so that we can create our own community and following there. Also, my number tonight is 44. So if you put in the comments a number before I release these numbers out, you would have won $300. So next week or next episode, it is $400 in the pot now. And I'm looking to give this money away. The way you win this money is to put your number in the comments, a number between 100 before the end. In the pot, and right now the pot is next episode will be $400. It's $100 every show that we're giving away. Right now we haven't given away nothing, so next show is $400. But before I get these gentlemen out of here, man, y'all boys got something positive for the people.
Hey, I have read today. Who was it? Allen Iverson. He did. He said he was young and dumb, so he made a trust fund. So when he turns 50, he gets $50 million. That's some smart shit to do when you know you're irresponsible. So just for the people out there, yeah, it might be for me too, because hey. But yeah, he made a trust fund of $50 million when he was in the NBA. So when he turns 50, he gets $50 million, just in case he went broke. And he was going broke. And then that money came. and that money came just in time. Yeah, and that money came just in time. So that's something to think about. That's all about perspective.
They said Allen Iverson had bags of trash money full of money in his house, and people were just robbing him blind. Mm-hmm. And he even friends, and he was at a point in his life where he didn't feel like it was going to end. Mm-hmm.
So he made a trust fund, $50 million, and he got $50 million as soon as he turned 50. I think he was on his last 1,000, boy.
I think he made a deal with Reebok. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I just bought. I had to get him. Yeah. I had to.
Yeah, the $5 to this day. Still a nice shoe if you're a sneakerhead.
Yep.
Poet, you got something for the people, man, so we get up out of here?
Want nothing but stay open to good opportunity.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Yes, sir. Always gotta be open to new opportunity, man. The number one thing is that we don't grow in comfort, so you gotta be able to get out your comfort zone to grow. Like I preach to my kids, ladies and gentlemen. Mad Hatter, you back with us? They Mad Hatter has stepped away, ladies and gentlemen. No pressure. Just want to give him time to speak if he was here. Oh, so like I was telling my kids, baby, understanding that reading is fundamental. Once you gain that fundamental gives you knowledge, and knowledge is power, and power is the key, and keys open up doors to your destiny. So, if anything and if all things, and if you're trying to be somewhere, I need you to read. I need you to understand. I need you to develop your skill to be mastery, and whatever that mastery looks like to you. Until next time, baby, we appreciate you locking in with us. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and tell a friend. Know that we go live on Mondays, on Thursdays, on Sundays at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, baby. And if you don't catch us live, know that we're on all your streaming platforms for the audio version. All you got to type in is Arthur Chain Podcast. If you're looking for some discounts, baby, all you got to go to is our Instagram page, the official Arthur Chain Podcast page. You go up to the highlight section. You get a discount on graphic tees. If you go to Old Glory, it's 15% off the entire website for all Arthur Chain listeners. All you got to do is put Arthur Chains in the promo code on your checkout. Same thing if you go to Patriot Water. If you're the type of person that like oxidated water or alkaline water, you can go to their website. They give you nice bundles of water. You get that 10% off as long as you put Arthur Chains in the promo code. Hey, also, if you like artisan cookies, if you're a cookie fan, a dessert fan, Molly B's has some wonderful cookies, and she's doing a discount with all of Arthur Chain listeners, 10% off her entire website. Arthur Chain's in the promo code on checkout. Until next time, baby, peace and love. And we out.
Peace.
We out.